everybody, it's Pupmeister, and we are at the edge of the village today because we're going to make a graveyard. There are people out there who have made different graveyards and stuff like that, and I'm just going to make one on this flat little plane here. I've flattened it all out so it's ready to go. It's just at the edge. And this is not just a graveyard for looks, because I know people have made like churches and gravestones and all that kind of stuff. This is a unique graveyard and a cool idea that every time you personally die in Minecraft, you can put a grave down or a sign on one of the graves and mark the day that you died and why you died and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make just a little graveyard. It's just going to have a fence. It's going to have some gravestones. Um, and that is the purpose. So let's start. And I think I'm going to start with a fence. And I have a combination. I have a cobblestone wall here. And let's see, where do I want to be here? So I think that's far enough. So we're going to say go too high for the cobblestone wall and one high for the brick wall. And I think maybe 5 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can go too high on the cobblestone wall. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And too high on the cobblestone wall. So you kind of get that sort of look. And I'm sure you noticed that I also have some iron bars here, which you can put on top. So you get that kind of look. And we'll put that throughout. So the wall is going to kind of look like that. And I like this middle spot because you can do a few things with it. You can just put like a torch on top if you like that kind of look. Or you could even put a soul lantern, which gives it kind of a spookier look to it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I think that's the start. And for what I want to do, I think just 2 lengths is fine. I can always expand the graveyard. However, of course, I'm not planning on dying. However, best laid plans, right? You never know when you're going to die. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go too high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too high. I think that should be enough. I really hope I'm not going to die that much. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And too high. Okay, and that should be lining up. And we'll probably want to make some kind of archway as an entrance. And maybe I'll do it right at the corner here because I do have a path that's coming right from the village. So I might as well kind of make the archway here. I'll probably make the archway right in here. Why not? And then as far as this is concerned, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's maybe go 3 on each side. Okay, well, actually, let's just make it all one wall. I was going to put a pillar in here, but it's kind of odd. So one side would be longer than the other, and I don't know, I don't like that look, so let's just fill this all in. Whoops, don't want to do that. And this will protect us from creepers and other. Oh, geez. All right. So we have to be careful where we're aiming. All right, so there's our wall. I think we're good here. I'll be getting rid of these flowers. Um, there is an idea to use some of the flowers as well in the graves, so that's always a possibility. So let's go one more high since we're doing an arch. I think if we just brought a wall across here, that would look not that great. I'm thinking that we need actual full blocks here because then we can use stairs for an archway and that kind of thing. And we can make it look a little neater. So let's maybe one more. And how do I want to do this? Let's try the brick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this here. Okay, well, that kind of worked. And what if I put a stone brick wall in there? Then the understairs are not going to look proper. So let's get some actual stone bricks here. And go boom, boom. How's that look? Of these guys. Well, I'm not an artist as far as making things look amazing. But that gets the job done. I suppose you could even put webbing, some webbing down to make it look old and stuff like that, but we'll get to that later. And we just have to break all that. All right. So now we have our little fenced-in graveyard area. Now we just need some gravestones. And we could just do something like that, or we could use a combination stone, something like that. People can make all kinds of amazing structures. Like you can make, like cross type things using stone or using walls, using slabs, all that kind of stuff. But we want to just make it simple because this is where we are going to go to post when we died. So we want something probably that can house like a torch on top or something like that. Okay, so I couldn't really decide what the gravestone's going to look like. So I got a whole bunch of different blocks because I think I'm going to go fairly plain. So just use a single block to kind of do my thing. So I'm going to put a whole bunch down and we'll see what we like as a headstone. Okay, so I've put them all down. We've got smooth stone, obsidian, crying obsidian, granite, blackstone, diorite, cobbled deep slate, dripstone, and chiseled stone. And I guess it just will depend on your personal taste as to which you prefer. I kind of like the granite just because, it's kind of sometimes used in cemeteries. I kind of like the smooth stone as well. The chiseled stone kind of looks too much like a target. The diorite kind of stands off from the rest, which is kind of nice as well. Something dark like the deep slate. Even the dripstone's not too bad. Let's look what looks good with the next step. So the next step you want to do is dig the graves. Just like that. And you'll be doing it for all of them. Okay, now we don't want to leave open graves. That's kind of freaky. So the next thing I'm going to do is put down some soul sand like that in front of the graves. Now, one other thing you could do is to put down a double chest in here. And sometimes people like to put little items that they were doing or carrying or whatever as a memento um, in here. I won't be doing that because when you die, that's enough of a loss. I don't need to lose more of my equipment and stuff in a grave. No, thank you. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And then we can do one more here. And we'll put down whichever one. So what looks the best with all this? And you could put down coarse dirt as well as an option. And I think I'm liking the smooth stone. It's a little lighter. It sets off from the rest. And unlike the granite that kind of is close to the same color, this really sets itself apart from the soul sand. So I think I will be using the smooth stone. So I just thought I would show you the different ways you can do this. This is with the soul sand. You could put soul soil here as well. Now I didn't have any coarse dirt, and I wish I did, but I would have to go far, far away to get some. So I'm not going to do that. But this is Podzol, and that doesn't look too bad either. This is the double chest look. So even if you don't want to put anything in it, it could still be a viable option if you want that kind of look. And then, of course, just some cobblestone and just some wooden planks. And of course, there's so many varieties of wooden planks. So you can choose whatever color or type of plank works for you. Um, but that gives you a multitude of different looks. And to be honest, I kind of really like the Podzol look, like even more than the Soul Sand. Now, one other thing you can do is if you want it a little higher and you don't intend on like putting a torch on top, or I also brought some of the soul lanterns. I don't think I want the soul lanterns on top here, but I think I'm going to put them up here to give it that kind of interesting look. I'm going to have to go out and clean up my iron posts I threw out there. Okay, and that kind of gives it a good look across. And we'll get rid of that because I don't want it on the actual graves. And then I could even put some here, just get maybe a fence post and put a couple out here for the entrance. That might be good. But I do like them around the fences like that. I think that looks kind of cool. Um, I would like some sort of light for the grave itself. You could do something like that, or you could put it in front as well. But the problem with in front is, eventually when you die, you're going to want to put a sign here, and that would be in the way. Now, if you go this height, it might work a little better. But of course, you can't put a torch on top of a slab. The other thing you can do, which looks kind of nice, is to put a flower pot and a little flower in front of the grave, just like that. And that gives a kind of a, someone's thinking of you. And we can do it here too. Let's see what it looks like with a higher gravestone. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. I guess we could always put torches in between, but I don't like the look of that. Now, as far as the signs are concerned, you can just put name and then the date that you passed. In this particular case, it's May 31st, 2023. And then you could put creeper or whatever killed you. So I kind of like that. Look how nice and high it is, as opposed to here. RIP could be down there. So really, whatever you prefer. If it's there, then of course you can't put something on top, like a torch. And the more you light this place up, the more likely nothing will spawn here either. Now, one other thing you can do instead of a torch is do a candle and light the candles just like that. And then you'd have candles burning. And of course, you can make these any color you want, red candles, black candles, whatever type you like. So there's lots of different options depending on what you prefer. I just changed it around a little bit as well, put the flower at the base to see how that might look with the shorter one. Or we could even switch this and put the candle down here and the flower on top and see how that looks. And let's just light the candle. So I guess that's an option as well. Or you don't need a flower at all. You could have a candle down here. One other design you might like for the actual grave area is just a path, using right clicking on your shovel. Put down dirt and just do that. So that's not too bad of a look either. And you can also put a path in here if you like, whichever way you want. You can use cobblestone, maybe a cobblestone path, or whatever you like. You can even use, a regular path if you're not going to use this as your grave. So I thought I would come out here at night. Yes, I know, at night in a graveyard. Yeah. Anyways, um, I thought a soul torch might be a cool addition as well. You can see how the candles are looking in the evening, or the soul torches. Or, of course, you can have a torch which lights things up a lot more. I may even want to put some gates in here, just so a creeper doesn't wander in while I'm here, or something like that. And I think that gives you a lot of different options, and you can even come up with your own stuff. I tend to like to keep things minimalistic, or basic, instead of like massively amazing designs, basically because I'm not good at making massively amazing designs. Although I did do the monorail over there, which I'm pretty impressed with. That was a pretty good design, and I did that by myself. So I guess it's in me. But most of the time, I like to keep things basic and go from there. So thank you so much for watching, and we will leave you in the graveyard. I hope this was a cool idea for you and one that you might implement, just to keep track of the different times that you die in Minecraft. I think it's kind of a cool little concept and a neat project to do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.